to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it up, we had its time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does.
Hello. Let me know if you can hear me. How are y'all tonight? I'm very excited for tonight. Thank you all for saying you liked the stream. Yes, please do if you could. Okay, cool. Y'all can hear me. Good. Just double checking. Awesome. If this is your first stream with me, let me know. I would love to know. Sweet. Okay. How are y'all? How are y'all doing? How's everything going? Are we okay? What's the vibe tonight? Let me know the vibe. All right, let's see. While we're chit-chatting, I'll throw on some jams. I like that. Okay. Sleepy. Vibe is I want Pringles. It's a good vibe. Got a cup of tea. Watching from Utah, the MLM scammer capital of the world. That's amazing. No enema coffee, please. No enema coffee for me. The topic tonight. We're going to cover 2 different videos. The first one's going to be like a network marketing coach that I haven't really covered. He's been in network marketing for over a decade for sure, or at least I'm pretty sure he has. And he did a video specifically saying something about the haters. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get to it. It's called How to Deal with Network Marketing Haters. I thought we might have fun with it. I thought that might be a fun one for us to do. And then don't have to close it all the way, babe. I know my dogs are going to want to come in, so. No enema coffee? No. Playing some sport? That's so fun. First live, but bitch, watch you all the time. Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. By the way, I feel like sometimes I look too much at the comments, which might sound weird, which makes me like not pay attention to the video. So when I'm doing the video, like when we're watching the video, I'm trying to pay attention to the video. So if I miss a comment you think is important, it's okay to comment it twice. Hello. You can leave the door open for the doggos if you want, like cracked, you know. Okay. Oh, look, there's a doggo at the door. See their little legs? Who is it, Iris? Or Luna? Oh, Iris pushed it open. Did y'all see that? And then, how many YouTube creators do we have in here tonight? YouTube creators. I know that Danielle Ryan is one. She's great. So we'll see if anyone else pops in. If you're a creator, you're welcome to shout that out. But yeah, so that's the first person, the network marketing haters. We love that. And then the second one is, I noticed that Awaken does several calls where it's like motivational calls, and it's by a doc. I think she's a chiropractor, though. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I'll have to look. But she does this like motivational call. I haven't really watched either of these videos. Like I think the one I watch most of is definitely the MLM hater one, because I just wanted to make sure it was like decent, and definitely is. This is Danielle Ryan, by the way. Go subscribe to her. She's great. Respectfully Sarcastic is here. She's another creator. Love that. Hi, Respectfully Sarcastic. I'm so glad to see you in my comments. Oh, thank you so much, Avi, for dropping Danielle's link. I really appreciate it. Maggie does have a channel. Love it. Okay. So, I think we should go ahead and get started. But first, I just want to thank y'all so much for your reaction to my Illuminati video. I was quite nervous to post it because it's a video I haven't posted before, and it was about someone who is, I guess, anti-MLM, even though she won't say that she is. I appreciate all the really good feedback I got and the support. I guess sometimes I get nervous to post like something that could potentially upset someone who, I guess, looks up to me or is inspired by me. I don't want to like upset people, but I know that's part of life, and sometimes that happens when you share your opinion, and that's okay. So thank you so much for watching that. I know it's probably pretty disappointing for a lot of you who watch Illuminati. As I was disappointed, I did watch her for quite a while, and I would love to do more videos like that whenever the time comes about. I don't want to just like create a video just to create a video like that. I think those are like right time type of thing, so thank you for the love, and I think we should probably go ahead and get started. What do y'all think? So I'm gonna pause that music, and someone must have walked outside of our apartment because Iris is really upset. It's okay, Iris, it's okay, Riley, it's okay. Oh yeah, okay, then you can close it. Okay. Respectfully Sarcastic said, I got into anti-MLM because of Illuminati. So sad about everything coming out about her. I agree. It's just, for me, it's like just super disappointing that someone who does what I do, essentially, would manipulate people in that way. Like that's something that we call out, that's something that we talk about, and, pretty much say that it's a bad thing. You shouldn't do it. And, it just like is super disappointing. Anyway, I think that Illuminati says she's not anti-MLM, but had MLM Mondays, right? Yeah. I also thought about the possibility of like reacting to her entire video tonight about the situation, but I don't know if I didn't know if that was too much or not. So subscribe to me, Maggie. Thank you, Jen. You got a weird, okay, Remus Holt said, honestly, I started getting a weird vibe from Illuminati before all this stuff happened, and I was already unsubscribed. So all of this was really just ended up being a validation for me. Yeah, Remus, I I got several comments like this, and it's actually what I experienced too. So yeah, I just got a weird vibe. I did end up unsubscribing for probably a few months ago. Yeah, it sucks, but we're all people and people are flawed. Absolutely. Yeah, I love Crow World Happy Bride. Madison's, she just seems so wholesome. You know what I mean? Let's watch Ray Higdon. I do have some Ray Higdon stuff, but it's very religious. It's not as much anti-MLM as it is like religion, like intense religious stuff. So anyway, okay, we'll go ahead and get started. And let me see what for
Bob.
Okay, perfect. So this guy's name is Bob Heilig. Don't quote me on that. Bob Heilig, something like that. He gives me Ray vibes before Ray turned into a prophet. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, this is definitely Ray, but not in a religious aspect. So hopefully that will kind of help y'all feel like you got some Ray Higdon, a dose of Ray tonight, but like not the religion. So yes, we'll watch him. This first one is oh my gosh, I keep forgetting the actual name of it. How to deal with network marketing haters, and it's only like 26 minutes. Raymathy. Raymathy. Yes. And then the next one's also like 30 minutes. So they're all their total is less than an hour, but they're both, from what I can tell, pretty solid videos that I think show what happens in these trainings, where a lot of things kind of comes about, a lot of like gross, like makes you cringe, gives you the ick, simultaneously also being a part of the bite model. So we're definitely going to see that. Haters because they can't stand up. Haters because they can't stand up to scrutiny. Yes. More like Ray Mouthy. It's true. It's true. Oh, my dog just ran around barking at the dog sound on TV. Yeah, sorry. My dogs are definitely on something tonight. They're like having a blast out there. Dad's outside. They're kind of like getting all wild. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't think I've ever reacted to Bob. What a name, you know, Bob. So let's see what he's got.
Your virtual upline. Welcome back to the show. Today we've got another episode of Ask Bob that we're going to be doing.
His sign in the back says, "Put on some gangster rap and handle it." I don't know how I feel about that. That's interesting. Monica said, "So instead of providing counter evidence, they just insult us, calling us haters." True. His shirt upsets me. Yeah. Freedom hacker. Freedom hacker. Please explain, Bob.
Today, so we do these episodes every so often. This is your chance to ask me questions. So let me know, what do you need help with? What issue?
Yeah, his literal YouTube name is Your Virtual Upline. Isn't that? If that's not ick, I don't know what is then. Your Virtual Upline. No, Bob. To be frank, never. Never. You're not my virtual upline. That's like, also that really kind of says a lot on the topic of it's about recruiting. You know what I mean? Melissa said the real hackers of the world would like their shirt back. Holly said, what does this guy consider gangsta rap? Yeah, that's a good question. It's not freedom if it's compromise, though. Mm-hmm. He just looks like a fraudster. Yeah, I get that vibe too. I feel like he looks like Ray. I feel like, they all have this look. Do you know what I mean? Even Eric Worre, like they all have the same look. I don't know if it's the eyes, but it's like they all give you this self-help guru look, or like this network marketing coach look. I don't know. Maybe it's the way that they like present themselves. 69 likes. Nice. Like the car. Oh, I just said like the car if you can, because Steamship TV said used car salesman. I was reading it. Like the video if you can. It's the crypto bro look. Yes, respectfully sarcastic. That's exactly what it is. The crypto bro. Used car salesman. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Monica said, Monica, I'm so sorry. I almost said McDonald's. I don't know why. I almost said McDonald's said. Monica sent me a super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep watching.
Are you struggling with? Which topics would you like to hear me cover on future episodes? Here's the best way for you to do that. You can literally text me your questions. So we'll put the number here on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If you're
just so y'all don't freak out, this is a public YouTube video. So
listening on the podcast, we'll put the number in the show notes. But all you have to do is just text me at 215-608-1454. And yes, it actually is me. And I legit will text you back. But let me know what topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. What questions do you have? And I'll select some of those for future episodes. But having said that, thank you to all of you that did submit questions. And thank you to all of you that have been leaving reviews. We are, at the time of me recording this episode, I think we're at like 992 5-star reviews. So as I promised you, when we hit 1,000, I'm going to be doing something special for you. So that'll probably be happening in the next week or so. So if you are a listener of the podcast and you take some time to leave a review, that would be much appreciated. Have you had moments where you've struggled with your thoughts or the negative perceptions about network marketing, MLM? And I bet there's a lot of you out there that can relate to this. They look down on people that don't treat it like a business, that don't take it serious, that just want to go out and spam people's social media platforms. You know, there's so many people that enter this profession. The good part about it is anybody can do it. The bad part about it is anybody can do it. If you lack belief in what you're doing and what you have to offer people, change your story. Positive beliefs lead to positive results 100% of the time. Negative beliefs, limiting beliefs lead to negative results 100% of the time. You can do it.
All right, I got to hear that one more time. Actually, it says it's coming up, so we'll hear it.
The good part about it is anybody can do it. The bad part about it is anybody can do it. If you lack belief in what you're doing and what you have to offer people, change your story. Positive beliefs lead to positive results 100% of the time. Negative beliefs, limiting beliefs lead to negative results 100% of the time. Here's what's so crazy about this. What's true? What's true? Who knows? But let me get into the questions for today. So I've got here 4 different questions that we're going to be covering. And I want to start off with the first question, which was actually submitted to me on Instagram. And I'll show you a screenshot of the question here, but I want to go over just kind of some of the gist of it. It's how to deal with network marketing haters. So the problem that this particular person had was this, is that she was really struggling with her mindset because she's been feeding into the negative energy because she's been watching YouTube and seeing a lot of negative videos about her company.
I'm so glad. Keep watching, my friend, please.
And she says all this negativity out there is really giving me a fear of
Okay, how about I actually read all of it? Because it seems like Bob's skipping over some stuff. So it says, hey, Bob, I've been having a battle in my head the past 2 days, especially because I have been feeding into negative energy. I know I shouldn't be. From YouTubers who are anti-MLMs, specifically blank. I'm not planning to quit at all because I love this company, products, and what I do, but knowing there is all this negativity out there, but our company has affected me making connections and developing fear, of sharing the opportunity because of what the person will say, especially if they just Google blank, which is their company. Literally, she's saying, if they just Google it, they'll say something bad to me. Listen, I know Googling stuff is not always the thing to do, but in this case, it is the thing to do. She literally says, development fear of sharing the opportunity because of what the person will say, especially if they just Google blank. The first thing that's come up are lawsuits. Well, maybe because that's an important aspect of this company. Lawsuits, negativity, etc. After being in network marketing for a while, have you had moments you've struggled with your thoughts or the negative perceptions about those who have a lot of negative things to say about MLMs? I didn't know who to speak to about this, and then I thought of your platform. It's also because I feel stuck in my business. My team isn't seeing success. I've been in the company for a year, and not even one person has hit their first rank. That's sad. I must be Monat. Yeah, Tanya, I was thinking the same thing. Ooh, Maggie, yes. Y'all know. It's definitely Monat. Also, look at her picture. I feel like she's showing off her hair. She's got her, I think she's like this with her hand like that or something. Anyway, let's listen to what he says.
Sharing the opportunity because of what these people are saying about different things that have come up with the company in the past. So her question to me was, have you had moments where you've struggled with your thoughts or the negative perceptions about, network marketing, MLM, and specifically your company? She says, I don't know how to deal with this. And I think that, being stuck would be a natural result of that process. So thank you for the question. And I bet there's a lot of you out there that can relate to this.
Before we really get into it, I agree with Danielle, and a couple of you mentioned it too. These people are so close to seeing reality. And Patricia said it, it's cognitive dissonance. She's almost there, right? It's like all you have to do is jump over the fence, the railing, whatever you want to call it, and you'll be there. But the problem is having to actually jump over that fence or railing or whatever. You have to physically do it. You've got to work to get over the fence. It's not always easy to climb a fence and jump over. It's not. And that's kind of like the same thing as with cognitive dissonance. You're almost there, but there's just one thing that's in the way of you getting there. I hope that wasn't a terrible example. Christy says that those are called red flags. Exactly. Also, Chrissy, thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Why would I join a company overloaded with lawsuits? Right, William? That exactly. Please, in this case, please Google the company. Danielle said instead they played mental gymnastics to convince themselves it's fine. I know, and they have to work hard for it. When I was experiencing cognitive dissonance, it was so exhausting and very emotional.
Focusing and feeding into a lot of the negativity that's out there. And maybe it's about your specific company, but it could just be about the network marketing profession in general. And look, I can relate to this because one of the things that I struggled with early in my entrepreneurial career, I had a background in medical sales. I had what was considered a good job, right? And when I first started—
Why are you doing those fingers though? Good job. I mean, yeah, it's good. I mean, I also think that's subjective, but
started a network marketing business, I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I remembered I had this thing where I was kind of afraid to tell people I was doing network marketing, right? I didn't want to lose esteem with my coworkers and my other people that knew me that, looked up to me and said, well, he's got a great job. Why would you want to go do one of those things?
If you can't tell people that you are relatively close with what you're doing because of the way they react, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. If you feel like if you say, I've started network marketing, and you think people are going to judge you and go, oh my gosh, that's not a good idea. And you feel like they're going to say it, and you don't want to the point where you don't even want to tell them that you're doing it, maybe take that as a sign. Hey, honey. It's okay.
It's all done now.
People love when you hop in. Oh, it's all done? Yeah, we sold one of our cars that we have this third car that just sits there, and it's kind of a beat up car, but it works, so we finally sold it. Anyway. herbivore's wisdom, put on some gangster rap. Yeah, that's what the sign says. William Ho said, it's like working for a company that's going bankrupt. As an employee, you lose time, have added mental financial stress due to wages, potentially unpaid. Yes. Yes. And Hermit said, the exhaustion from cognitive dissonance is what keeps people in. You can't make a proper informed decision if you're too weary from justifying it. Absolutely. And like, you know how people talk, and this is, I don't know, I think this is a fine point. You know how people talk about like getting a good night's rest before an exam, or like, you know, that you need, that we know nowadays that sleep is so crucial for the body in general. And if you're so exhausted and you're having sleepless nights, your days are filled with stress and exhaustion and anxiety, and I mean all this stuff's going on around you, and you're just going up and down and up and down. At least that's kind of how it was for me when I was in. You, like Hermit said, you're just not going to be able to think properly. Like, you're not going to be able to logically work this, like, break it down. You know what I mean? Like, the brain power is going to be so focused on other things. It's going to be so hard to get there.
Was really struggling wrapping my mind around this identity of being a network marketer, because like most people, I had this perception of what I thought that meant based off of all of these negative interactions that I had with other network marketing reps in the past that approached me completely the wrong way. You know, I have this saying, I say it a lot, and I think now's the perfect time, is the people you know, your family, your friends, your prospects, they don't.
I need to pause for a second because look at Finley. Finley, are you laying on the big girl thing? Finley, hurry hopped up here. Y'all, she's never done that while I'm live. Did you just want to say hi to everybody? Or just want to say hi to everybody? What are you doing, baby? Oh my goodness. Look how gray she's getting. Finley, thank you. Hey, Riley. Honey. I think somebody needs to potty. Is that what you need? Are you hungry? Oh. Okay, I'll get Dad to give you some food and stuff. Everybody saying hi. Everybody saying hi to you, Finley. You gotta go potty. You hungry? Are you hungry? Is that it? I think that's it. Hey, Riley. Okay. She's probably in the bathroom. Okay, she's back on the bed. Anyway, that was my baby. I had to have a moment, you know? When the baby wants to hop in your lap, you gotta give it to him. I think she's hungry, needs to potty. She just hopped off and then hopped into my lap.
Can you go back?
Go eat. Good girl. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's keep going.
Look down on network marketing because they don't even really know what it is. Most people are completely ignorant to how the actual business model works. They look down.
Literally, no, we're not. I probably know how the network marketing company works more. Like, I probably know more than like 95% of the people about how network marketing works. Like, I think most of us in this chat. That's a sad dog who wants in. I think most of us in this chat know more than the majority of people in network marketing about network marketing. He says they don't look down on network marketing. They look down on network marketers. No, that's not right. Bob. It's not network marketers that's the big issue. Now, they can be a part of the issue. Absolutely. Also, sorry, my dog's upset because Dad went outside again. We look down on network marketing. We see it as a problem. We see it as something that is not good, that is very deceptive. We see it as something that's predatory. You know, these different things that we actually provide facts for. And then the network marketers, there are some, especially top leaders, who become a problem because of the deception that they are, the deception, the lies, the fake opportunities, the false hope, all of that. And then the cults that they create around it, right? Like Jesse Lee Ward's cult, which I firmly believe is a cult. And then several other people, especially in iGenius and Q Sciences, and Monat has some of their own. So yeah, no, it's not that we look down on network marketers. It's network marketing that's the issue. I saw someone say today that the source of anti-MLM is big corporations. I was like, what? I think I've said it like a dozen times. Corporate is not great, but the way the money flows is proper compared to MLMs. Like the money properly flows down, meaning like people who work in corporate get paid, like in not just corporate, right? And like I said, corporate's not everything in a bag of chips, you know, but the way that the money flows in that corporate looking sphere is good. It is correct because you get paid when you work. In MLMs, it flows up, which leaves everyone at the bottom with nothing, you know? Melissa said, if your first defense is an ad hominem attack, you have no defense. That is right. That is right. Respectfully Sarcastic said, they search out the people who have never heard about it, and then they strike. Yes. Yes. I mean, Melissa, we look down on some network marketers. Some, yeah.
On network marketers. They look down on people that don't treat it like a business, that don't take it serious, that just want to go out and spam people's social media platforms. And, you know, there's so many people that enter this profession. The good part about it is anybody can do it. The bad part about it is anybody can do it. And there's so many people that say they started a business and they tried, but they really didn't, right? They gave.
So 1% is successful. So you're saying 99% of people just didn't try? Bob, are we using our logical brain? I don't think that we are, my guy.
Up and quit after just talking to a couple of people. And then here's what happens. At the end of that, it's easier for them to blame the company and blame the profession and say it didn't work than it is for them to take personal responsibility to say, no, I didn't work it.
So it's easier for them to blame the reason it doesn't work than it is to blame themselves. Yeah, it doesn't work because that's not how it's supposed to work. What I mean by that is that might have sounded confusing. Network marketing is supposed to work where 1% get the majority of the money and 99% don't. That's the way we know it's being successful, right? If the majority of people aren't making money. So it's working, right? The majority of people in MLMs, they don't make any money. A lot of them do not profit. So you might make it like a $20, $100, $200 commission, but the reality is you haven't actually profited from it because products you bought, things you bought for your company, whatever. Let me try to make sure. I think I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so network marketing works when the majority of people are not making money. So yeah, they blame it on network marketing because it is network marketing's fault. Yeah.
I wasn't willing to face my fears. I wasn't willing to do the hard work of actually growing and learning and building a business. So I start my answer to this question with that because I have fears. I wasn't willing to do it. Then it is for them to take personal responsibility to say, no, I didn't work it. I wasn't willing to face my fears. I wasn't willing to do the hard work of actually growing and learning and building a business. So I start my answer to this question with that because I think it's important for us to understand where a lot of this comes from. But at the end of the day, here's the decision that you have to make. What is the story that you want to tell yourself about what you do? See, it all comes down to belief. See, belief, all it really is a story. And every single one of you that's in this profession, you have a belief about what you think it means to be a part of this profession. Now, for most of you, if you're struggling to have the results that you want, you most likely have a limiting belief in terms of what it means to be a network marketer, right? We call this a red light story, right? And part of that belief, that limiting belief or that red light story, because that's all a belief is a story, it's based off of, just like mine was in the beginning, your past programming, your past experience, and things like this, right? Where are you paying attention to? Who are you focusing on, right? Because here's the powerful thing about belief. If you lack belief in what you're doing and what you have to offer people, that's going to become the lens from which you're going to experience the world. And because I think it's...
Okay, don't be mad. I'm going to rewind it because I want to thoroughly think that through, okay? Stick with me. Come on, mouse. Come on. There we go.
I wasn't willing to face my fears. I wasn't willing to do the hard work of actually growing and learning and building a business. So I start my answer to this question with that, because I think it's important for us to understand where a lot of this comes from. But
you know what is shocking to me? They say, and I'm trying to build this in my mind, how I'm trying to make it come out of my mouth in the same way that it is in my head. So give me one moment. They say all the time, if you fail, it's your fault, essentially. If you fail, that's on you. You did that. That was your fault. While simultaneously agreeing with the fact that the majority of people don't make money. That it's true that 99% of people won't make money. So, my question is, you agree that the majority of people aren't going to make money. Let's say 99%, because that's really like one of the truest numbers. Some things even say more than 99%, which, whew, you know what I mean? Hold on, I've got to think. The pauses are awesome tonight. Thanks. How can you simultaneously agree that the way that network marketing works is that the majority of people won't make money while simultaneously saying that it's your fault? I don't know. You cannot make me believe that 99% of people don't work hard. You cannot make me believe that the majority of people fail because they just don't work. They don't put effort. You can't make me believe that. There's just no way. Excuse me, there was like a bug. Logically speaking, there is no way that makes sense. But they're going to push that. Just double checking on some comments. Maggie said, why do we have to change the name of limiting belief? It already has a name. This is what cougars do. Change the jargon and act like it's revolutionary. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Past programming. Yes. Limiting belief, scarcity mindset. Where's the bingo card? You know what I mean? And I agree, Emery. I think there's definitely some gaslighting going on. I know people use that word flippantly, but I agree. Bingo. I got bingo. Limiting belief. Bingo. MLM isn't logical. Yeah. Very true. Tiffany said they literally live in their own reality bubble. Not the real one, but the one they dream up. Yes. Just call me Joseph. I'm probably too tired to comment tonight. You're good. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome. Yeah. So they don't. MLM leaders want to push you to have false hope. They want you to have hope. That's their whole thing, is hope. They start out by giving you hope, but it's false. It's not real. Because what you're doing is essentially dreaming up a life that isn't real, right? You're dreaming up all of these trips you're going on, this huge house, the way that your family looks and what they're wearing and like your life. So they're giving you this false idea of what your life's going to look like when you do this and succeed. While trying to make you believe that that's going to happen. So belief is where people get stuck. Example A, religion. And by the way, if you're new here, I know I have quite a few new subs. So if you're new here, I do have a master's degree in theology and ministry. I know just a bit about religion. We know that there are so many religions, and a lot of people believe in them. They have, and they put their whole life into that religion. And it's so hard to untangle certain things, like certain religions, from someone's mind. Like if someone is a 100% Christian believer, which by the way, we love y'all. We're happy that you're here, but it's not going to be easy to get them to not believe in Christianity anymore. Like it's just not. Same with people who are Hindu or Buddhist or Muslim. Like they, a lot of times from birth, they've been in that religion and they've been taught things, and there's just almost no way for them to disconnect from that. And it's the same thing with MLM. And a lot of times what they'll do is they take the MLM belief that you have, they'll take the religious belief that you have, and they'll entangle the two to make it even harder. I use the idea of Play-Doh. You have red Play-Doh, you have blue Play-Doh. You put them together. Red Play-Doh is MLM, blue Play-Doh is your religion. So what they like to do is they like to take the two and put them together, and then they're going to smash it, right? So the longer that you're in, the longer that the Play-Doh is smashing, the harder it is going to be to actually unravel and take apart the blue and the red Play-Doh so you can separate the two and see logic. And at some point, it's going to become purple, and you're not going to be able to do that. And I think that that's kind of what happened to me and why I left my religion, is because my religion and my MLM became one to me. And yeah, cults too. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, absolutely. But anyway, yeah, so just a little spiel.
At the end of the day, here's the decision that you have to make. What is the story that you want to tell yourself about what you do? See, it all comes down to belief. See, belief, all it really is a story. And every single one of you that's in this profession, you have a belief about what you think it means to be a part of this profession. Now, for most of you, if you're struggling to have the results that you want, you most likely have a limiting belief in terms of what it means to be a network marketer, right? We call this a red light story. Right. And part of that belief, that limiting belief or that red light story, because that's all a belief is a story, is it's based off of, just like mine was in the beginning, your past programming, your past experience, and things like this. Right? Where are you paying attention to? Who are you focusing on? Right? Because here's the powerful thing about belief. If you lack belief in what you're doing and what you have to offer people, that's going to become the lens from which you're going to experience the world. And it sounds to me like this person is carrying this limiting belief about what it means to be a part of this profession. She's not really owning it, just like I didn't in the early stages. Like I jokingly say I was what I like to call a network marketing secret agent. I was in, but barely anybody knew I was in. I was very selective about the way that I would, tell people about what I was doing. And that's no way to run a business. But I suspect that this person is doing the same thing. And because there are some of these negative beliefs.
Sorry to pause it like mid-conversation of him talking and making a point, but I do that often. So I don't know why I'm apologizing, because I do it all the time. Someone says so Monica said it's not limiting belief, dude. It's a structure. It's built for 99% of people to fail. Yes. And that's what the facts show. The facts show us that the majority of people are going to fail. That's just how it's going to be. So what people like him have to do is they have to structure that in a different way, right? They have to take that and go, okay, how can I make this not look like this? How can I take this fact and go, I'm not going to say 99% won't be successful. I have to make them think that they can be. I have to make them not see that he takes the facts and he manipulates it. So he's calling it limiting belief. Essentially, if you're believing that only 99% are going to fail, if you're believing that 99% of people fail, shit, where was I going with it? I'm so tired tonight. I've been studying all day because I have a test next week. It's not limiting belief due to structure. Yeah, so he has to try to frame that differently, essentially is what I'm trying to say. They see the facts and they go, okay, well, we have to make people think it's not true. Like, we have to make people think that that's not right. So what we're going to do is we're going to blame it on them, gaslight them, and make them think that they're the issue. That's where they're coming up with limiting belief. That's where they're coming up with all these, weird words that these gurus make. Word salad, And
these red light stories around not owning what it means to be a network marketer, that she is only focusing on the negative things that she sees, which support those beliefs, because that's the way the mind works. If you have a limiting belief around network marketing and what you do, and you haven't fully embraced it, when you look out into the world, you're going to laser focus on these things that are
fully embraced it. What he's saying is you have to be able to ignore what facts say. You have to be able to fully embrace it and not listen to people who care about you and aren't in it, aren't, and their opinion's not based on you making them money. So yeah, that's my point.
Are going to support that limiting belief you have. So there she is. She goes to YouTube. She sees all these negative videos, and that's what she focuses on. And then here's where this becomes a problem. Those videos then strengthen the belief she already has. Now, there's plenty of evidence otherwise that would support a different story, but she's not.
No, there's not. The evidence, if you mean evidence, Bob, if you mean facts, when you say evidence, actually, the evidence supports what we're saying. Oh, Ella, bye. Have a nice flight. Thanks for watching the replay. Yeah, sorry. I've been rewinding sections. I'm literally so tired, but I was like so pumped. I wanted to do this live. So I'm sorry if I'm a little out of it today. Danielle Ryan said, I don't like it. Me neither. It's so bad. But yeah, the evidence is not there to support what he's saying. The evidence is there to support these YouTube videos, right? To support these quote unquote haters. You know, that the evidence is there for that. So I don't know what evidence he's talking about.
Focusing on that because of that core belief she has. And what winds up happening is over time, the story just becomes deeper and deeper. And that red light keeps us from showing up, because here's what we teach our students.
Red light, red flag. The red light he's talking about, I think, is also another way for him to say red flag. So it's interesting. The way he's like manipulating these little things to make it sound a certain way, to make it sound like he's profound, like he's doing this incredibly revolutionary thing. Those are some of the words that y'all have used. And in reality, if you just, and this is why I do what I do, if you just take it and you break it down a little bit, you can see right under their crap, right? Their crap just sprinkled on the top. You just got to wipe it away. But some people don't really understand that you have to wipe it away. And so red light, red flag. That's simply what he means. This person's seeing so many red flags, but he's calling it a red light and saying that it's holding you back. Because it is. These red flags are holding this person back because they're experiencing cognitive dissonance. They're almost there, but they're not there. You know, they just got to hop over the fence. But they haven't yet. So they're so confused and so uncomfortable, and they watch the videos, but they don't really understand why they watch them. So
we teach something called the formula for transformation. And basically it says this, that what you believe, your beliefs, actually create your feelings. So like what you believe.
Formula for transformation. Your beliefs create your feelings. I just want that to stick.
It means to be a network marketer creates the way you feel about doing the business. And
okay. Your beliefs create the way that you feel. What do we think about that, y'all? I'm going to press play again.
Your feelings will determine your actions. Now, for her, she has a limiting belief. She has a red light story around what network marketing is. She's questioning it. And that's causing her to feel no lack of confidence, to feel fear. And because of that, she's not reaching out and sharing what she has. Now, here's where we can shift this. And here's the story around what you believe.
I rewinded it because I want to double check.
Believe it means to be a network marketer creates the way you feel about doing the business. And your feelings will determine your actions. Now, for her,
what's funny, what's so interesting is this formula that he has about beliefs creates how you feel, creates your actions. So many MLM coaches and so many people actually teach the opposite. They say your feelings should not, like, your feelings about something or your feelings towards, like, right, your motivation, essentially. Your feelings should not create your actions. You should do the actions anyway. Ignore the feelings is what they say a lot of times. So it's so weird. Yeah, Don, that's a good point. Feelings can lie. Facts do not. Exactly. Feelings can be manipulated. Your feelings can be manipulated by people like him. Let's see. I know that he's literally saying the same thing that every single one of them say. Yeah, a lot of them say what he's saying. Maggie said, no, big disagree. Yeah. And so it's interesting that he's teaching your feelings create your actions, because I think a lot of times they say to ignore those feelings. Weird formula, my guy.
She has a limiting belief. She has a red light story around what network marketing is. She's questioning it. And that's causing her to feel no lack of confidence, to feel fear. And because of that, she's not reaching out and sharing what she has.
All right. Don't hate me. There we go.
Marketing is, she's questioning it about doing the business. And your feelings will determine your actions. Now, for her, she has a limiting belief. She has a red light story around what network marketing.
She has a limiting belief, and she's seeing red flags. So those red flags are causing her limiting belief.
Is, she's questioning it. And that's causing her to feel no lack of confidence, to feel fear. And because of that, she's not reaching out and sharing what she has. Now, here's where we can shift this. And here's what you need to do if you struggle with this. Change your story. Change your story. See, I think I first heard Tony Robbins said this.
Tony.
You change your story, you change your life. You have to start examining these stories that you're creating around what you do. Remember, stories are just beliefs. You have to consciously recognize that you've created this red light story that's been fed by all these negativity and these haters out there. And
hey,
you have to decide to focus on the positive. You have to look for the.
He's saying, focus on the what he's actually saying is ignore the red flags.
Positive. You have to look for everything that's good about this profession. Find people in this profession that you admire, that are doing it the way that you wish you could do it, and focus on them. Don't focus on all the spammy people out there that are doing.
So yeah, he's essentially saying ignore the red flags. Yes, Eliza, it's all magical thinking. Correct. And the earlier kind of what I was saying about they give you false hope. They try to get you to create this life in your mind. That's like another aspect of magical thinking. They try to get you to create this life of what does your dream house, your dream life look like? What are your dream vacations? You can get all of that with this. Yeah, magical thinking is really big in MLMs. It's one of the best ways to get you into the MLM. It's giving evangelical preacher, and it's so cringe. Yeah. Light bulb moment. Are Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins married? Oh my God, hold on. No, right? No, they're not married. Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins. Why is that one of the questions? No, they're not married. She's not related. Okay. Wow. You made me question everything just then. Toxic positivity. Yay. Yeah. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. I thought that your story was something that actually happened to you, not just your beliefs. Yeah. Well, first off, I like the strawberry pic. Your profile pic's cute. Second, they want you to be able to manipulate your what quote unquote actually happens to you. They want you to be able to change that, even if it's not true. Like, they don't really care about the truth, obviously. So they're fine if you change your story. Spoiled Artist said, you got to ignore your values and choose scammy people. Yeah. Kelly said, joke's on him. There's nothing good about that profession. True. I've always heard feelings are not facts. Yes, facts are not feelings. And like, what's this other quote about like facts? Something about facts and hurting your feelings. Yeah, word salad, no joke. Lots of no's. His wife is Sage. Okay, yeah. No, but they're not married. That'd be funny. I know. Wow, that made me question everything. Toxic positivity and spiritual bypassing. Interesting. Spiritual bypassing. That's so interesting. Midnight Coffee said, he's making it sound like the feelings are what are making her see the red flags, aka facts. But actually, the facts are what are making her hesitate. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Doing it the wrong way that make you feel lack of alignment, right? Change your story, change your life. Because here's the thing. If you can consciously create a story around what it means.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle, we love our Twitch people. Ben Shapipi. Oh, don't let me quote Ben Shapipi. I'm not even going to quote him.
Means to be a network marketer, and you can focus on the good and not the bad. Here's what will happen. those videos on YouTube, you won't even pay attention to them anymore. You'll recognize that they're not serving your belief. And when you have a different, more...
The facts aren't telling you what you want them to tell you. Is that what you mean, Bob? That the facts aren't telling you what you want them to? So what, you can just like change them? Come on now.
empowering belief, which is just a story, we call that a green light story. So if you're focused on the positive, instead of watching somebody who tried it and failed and then said it doesn't work anymore, or I went to a different company and that company sucks, that you shouldn't join them, like that's not gonna do you any good listening to that. You start tuning that out and you start focusing on the people that are in your company that are still doing it, and that's where you laser focus, because that will support the positive.
Okay, sorry, I was reading too much.
To that. You start tuning that out and you start focusing on the people that are in your company that are still doing it, and that's where you laser focus.
Yeah, you ignore those people who aren't making money off of you, right? You ignore the people who care about you and your decisions and want what's best for you. You ignore those people that are saying, hey, this might not be a good idea. Might be a bad idea, right? And you just listen to those that are actually benefiting from you staying in, from those that are making money off of you. You gotta think about the motive. What's the motive of someone saying something? Like, and that could go for anything in life, right? Like, what's the motive of someone saying you really shouldn't join that company? You really shouldn't do network marketing. What's the motive of your sister saying that? No, her motive is she cares, right? What's the motive of your upline saying you don't need to listen to that person? They know nothing about it. You know, you're going to be successful if you work hard. Like, you should stay in it because, I mean, look at the community. What's the motive? You stay, she makes money on you. Have to look at the motive. DC's in the chat. This is another person who subscribed to. Not feeling the best. I'm lurking in the background. We're glad that you're here, DC. Block your family and friends. Only listen to the echo chamber. Exactly. Exactly.
Because that will support the positive belief. And if you have a positive belief, you'll feel confident. You won't be stuck with fear sharing your opportunity anymore. You'll go out there and you'll do it. And here is the magic of this. Because you created a green light story, you will eventually be successful, because positive beliefs lead to positive results 100% of the time.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did y'all hear that? Positive beliefs lead to positive results 100% of the time. I positively believe that I could become a pro baseball player. Can you believe that means I'm going to become a pro baseball player in the men's baseball league? What? Bro, Bob, you think that's a good sentence? Positive beliefs lead to positive results 100% of the time. I positively believe that I could do an appendectomy by myself. I can just go in and surgically remove an appendix from someone by myself. You think that's going to come out with positive results 100? You think that's going to come out positive 100% of the time? Wrong. Dude, what are you saying? Amy said, I love that he is saying that you will eventually get there. How many years is that going to take, Bob? I can't afford to fund your lifestyle, dude. Exactly. Also, Amy's another great creator that y'all should subscribe to. Emery said, this attitude is what leads to really shitty books being published because they didn't want to hear anything, quote unquote, negative about their first draft. That's a good point. Miss Frizzle said, this is so serious. This is so seriously prosperity gospel type shiz. Think it, be it. Yes. I believe I can fly. So much crap spilling from his mouth. Maggie said, positive beliefs equals positive results. Incited. I'm sorry that I lack knowledge in that word. I'm embarrassed. Didn't that go badly on Grey's Anatomy, JJ? Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Ooh, that was like one of the first episodes. Wild.
Negative beliefs, limiting beliefs lead to negative results 100% of the time. Here's what's
Are y'all serious? I actually believe that more than I believe the positive belief one. Negative beliefs lead to negative results 100% of the time. Yo, let me tell you this one time. Okay, fun fact, I played softball for like 11 years of my childhood. And I stopped. I played softball for 11 years and I stopped when I was 15. That's how long I played. I was like the majority of my upbringing. And this one time I got super mad. I was so mad. I was so pissed. And I was going up to bat. Batting was something I was really good at. I was just really good at it. You know, that I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I was great at it. It's also really great first baseman. Batting, first base. Sucked at pitching, even though I did pitch sometimes. So I was going up to bat, and I was just so mad. One might call negative. Okay. Went up to bat. First pitch. Hit it over the fence. That was my first home run over the fence. So, Bob, Bilford, Bobby Boo. Can I call you Bilford? Negative beliefs do not lead to negative results 100% of the time. Okay? It's just not true.
Crazy about this. What's true? What's true? Who knows? Neither is true.
What's true? Bilford, there's a lot of things that are true. He said, who knows? What do you mean, who knows? Like, a lot of people? It's just so funny.
Negative story is no more or less true than the positive one. You're really just making it up based off of other people's opinions and perceptions. You have none of it's true.
Wait, hold on.
Neither is true. The negative story is no more or less true than the positive one. You're really just making it up based off of other people's opinions and perceptions. You have none of it's true. It's all.
He was about to say you have no facts, but Bilford, we do.
How we perceive what's going on around us. So here's the question you got to ask yourself.
Facts are not perception. What? Stop it.
If you're gonna make up a story, right? If you're gonna create a belief, you might as well intentionally create one that serves you moving forward to create the life you want. And you want to know the only difference between the top distributors and consultants in your company, the people that admire, it's not that they didn't have to face all the same stuff. It's not that they didn't have the same doubt, the same fear.
You're telling me that they got in 8 years ago when the company started and you got in just now and they face the same things that you do today? No. Wrong.
They chose a different path. They developed the habit of believing. And that's the thing I'll leave.
They developed the habit of ignoring red flags.
Leave you with for this topic. You have to build the habit of believing. You have
to build the habit of ignoring the red flags.
Have to become conscious of the stories in your mind. You've got to learn how to master your mind.
You have to learn how to manipulate yourself and gaslight yourself. You see, I'm just helping him with what he's saying. I'm just I'm clarifying.
Because at the end of the day, you're either going to choose the red light story or you're going to choose the green light story.
What about the yellow light? Bilford. Isn't his name Bob? I called him Bill. Billy Bob Thornton. What about the yellow light story?
And that's going to start the dominoes, which are going to lead you to either being stuck and never seeing success or eventually creating the business and the life of your dreams. But the battle is waged right here inside of your mind. So that would be my advice to you, is stop paying attention to those people, right? Because it's never going to serve you, and recognize, why am I paying so much?
Never listen to people who use facts. Never listen to people who show you facts. Like he said, JJ, the robot whisperer. I kind of feel like it right now. Denial is a river in Egypt. Source, negative red light story. Patricia said, they all say a lot of nothing. This is a lot of their stuff is a nothing burger. You know what I mean? Just a nothing pasta salad, you know? Nothing.
Attention to it. It's because I'm holding on to this negative story about what I think it means to be a part of this profession. Change that and watch everything else follow. So thank you for the question, though. That was a really good one. So hope you all got some value out of that one.
Okay, I've watched up to there. I don't know what anything's going to say. We're halfway through.
All right. So the second question that came in actually came in from Kayla. Kayla is one of our students in our Legacy Leadership Academy. And it's related to the first one. So it's like the perfect piggyback on that first discussion. So here's what Kayla actually posted in our group. She was sharing that she's actually working through the formula for transformation. So that's the course that the training that I was just sharing with you. And she says that, you know, working through limiting beliefs is hard work. And yes, I agree, Kayla, it is hard work. But she said, here's where I'm struggling. So we actually teach you how to start working through these thoughts and these beliefs that you have, like teaching you a process of separating yourself from them.
This is so sad. Okay, wait, but this really is throwing me off. I know, I was like, something's not right. Yeah, I forgot the end, but that's okay. Sometimes we forget the end, don't we? So this is sad. Let me read. She said, however, I came into one that I'm really struggling with. Here is what I have. So I'm not reading the top couple sentences. She said, C, I want to grow my presence and influence on Instagram. T, I'm too fat and don't dress nice enough to take appealing pictures that people would want to look at. F, uncomfortable in my own skin and unworthy. A, don't post at all. R, no growth. I'm really struggling and changing my perspective of the circumstance on this one. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
And she's basically listing out her worksheet, but I'm going to highlight something. So the circumstance, what she's actually wanting to do, she wants to grow her presence on Instagram. So she wants to grow her Instagram account. And by the way, this could apply to any social media platform, YouTube, whatever. The problem she's running into is she has a limiting belief about herself. She has a negative thought that she's too fat and she doesn't dress nice enough to take the kind of pictures that people would want to look at on Instagram. So she has a belief, she's created a story, that the only way you can grow your following on Instagram is you have to have this picture perfect life like you see all these influencers out there. That's where she goes wrong. That's a red light story. Because she has that red light story, look what's happening. She feels uncomfortable in her own skin and unworthy. And the result is she doesn't even post. So what that can ensure is she'll never grow her account. Where she shared, she said, I'm struggling with changing my story, like changing my perception. And here was the advice that I gave her. I said, Kayla, first thing you got to recognize, you have to recognize how this story is never going to serve you to changing it. And if you want to change it, if you want to grow your account, you don't grow your account by focusing on the action.
Do you see how what they teach is for people to gaslight themselves? That's kind of what with the Illuminati video that I did, that's kind of like what Blair did to Madison. Kind of like make you gaslight yourself a bit.
You grow your account by changing the belief, which will then create the feelings, which will lead you to having the courage to take the action. And I said, here's the belief I want you to adopt. That perfect is not what you need to do to be successful on social media. Here was my advice. I said, you want to know how the vast majority of the people in the world are? They're just like you. Most of the people out there, I bet most of you that are listening to this or watching this right now, you feel the same way Kayla does. You were probably like, yes, I feel the same way. I bet most of you feel that way. Most of you feel not pretty enough, overweight, right? Not as smart, don't have all the good words to say, haven't had as much success. You feel inadequate in all these different areas. And that keeps you from sharing yourself on social media in a way because you feel like you're not enough. And I said, Kayla, what if, because you had the courage to put your imperfect self out there and own it and just be you as God created you to be, what if that was the very thing that was missing that would help you absolutely crush it on social media and on Instagram? And I said, look, I'll take it one step further. Pay attention to the people you follow. I bet the ones that you love to follow the most are not the ones that have picture perfect lives. You want to know why? Because we know that's not real. We don't trust perfect because we know it doesn't exist, right? See, perfection
Billy Bob, what do you trust, Bilford? Because we know that you don't trust the facts, right? So what do you trust?
Credibility comes not from perfection. You want to be credible on social media? John Maxwell said credibility comes from a willingness to admit imperfection. See, if you can own who you are, all the good, bad, and ugly, and put yourself out there, that's what people relate to and connect to. So I said, Kayla, all you have to do is just be you, and people will recognize that. Your vulnerability will connect with their vulnerability, and that's how you build a following. So I said, isn't it interesting, though, how you've created a story, a red light story about what you thought, a belief about.
Dude, imagine if we took a shot every time you said red or light. Could you imagine what this life would be like? Oh my God.
About what you thought you needed to do to be successful on Instagram, where really it's the whole opposite in my mind. So I said, change your story, change your life. And I said, but here's what's interesting, Kayla. Is one necessarily true? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, the one story, if you adopt the story that I just gave you, the green light story, the empowering belief, here's what I promise you will happen. You'll have the courage and the confidence to post. And if you post with courage and confidence consistently over time, guess what will happen? You will grow your Instagram following.
Tastes like shit. It tastes nasty. Essentially what's going on is he's trying to help someone who needs help from not him. You know, when you feel that way about yourself, there's reasons, right? And the only way to really work through it is to work through it. You know what I mean? And not try to get someone like Bilford to tell you how to do it. I really don't think anything. So essentially what he just told her is to like, ignore those thoughts. Just push them in the back of your head. Well, one day they're going to come erupting out. You can fake it, but only for so long. The root of the issue and the therapist is really what needs to be broken down.
So I think it's such a great question because
Also, Hermit said, no, sir. Credibility comes from being ethical in your business and personal life and having the education to back up your claims. Yeet.
I know so many of you struggle with that, but notice every single day I say, Kayla, here's what you need to do every day. You need to write that story down. You need to print it up and put it on your computer. And the next time you want to post and you're feeling fear, that old story is kicking in and you're doubting yourself, you need to read it again, be intentional, choose that belief, and then move forward from that place.
Imagine saying, all you have to do is choose this belief. That's it. All I have to do is choose to believe that my insecurities are false. Like all you have to do, Kayla, is not believe what you're believing right now. That's it. That's it. Bilford, that's all I have to do. I just have to stop believing what I'm believing right now. I just have to change it. Wow, that is revolutionary.
So that's my advice. But Kayla, thank you for that question. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that probably needed to hear that as well. So the third question here, 3 of 4, came in from Sheila.
Wait, hold on. Melissa J said, Bobbathy. The Bobbathy really takes me out. Can I call you Bobbathy? You really only have one piece of advice that is so generic, you can tweak it to fit everyone's problem. Yes, Melissa. Yes. Ugh, where's the R? I thought the 2 was just a mistake. No, I think it was intentional. Bobbathy, why would you do that?
So Sheila's question was this: if somebody tells you that they just joined, they bought they joined your business, but they only did it because they wanted to get a discount on the products, do you try to get them to host a launch party and see how it goes? It seems like many of the high-level earners in my company joined just for the discount, and they're making 6 figures now. That's not to say everyone will do that, but I'm wondering, how can I get people to at least give working the business a try?
That's funny because that's a lie. She said, and she called it out a little bit, it seems like many of the high-level earners in my company joined just for the discount and are making 6 figures now. Well, we know that's not true. That's not true. They say that. They also like to say that I was anti-MLM. I was against this before I started. And then I started and it all changed. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like, I got educated and then I realized that network marketing isn't a scam. It's funny. She said, that's not to say everyone will do that, but I'm wondering how to, you're right, the majority of people won't, Sheila. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. Sorry, my words jumbled together. But I'm wondering how best to get people to at least give working the business a try.
Great question, Sheila. So here's the first thing I want to point out to you. The people in your company that are making six figures now, that originally joined just for the discount on the products, I promise you, the transition from them being a customer to a consultant did not come from the person that signed them up pressuring them to join. You want to know how it happened?
They got in early. Oh, am I wrong? No, I'm not.
They became a customer. The person that signed them up honored them as a customer, appreciated them as a customer, supported them as a customer, and that person had a great product experience. And because they had a great product experience and they didn't feel pressured and they didn't feel pushed to do something that they said they didn't want to do, at some point they became open to the idea of building a business, and that's how they did it. Here's the mistake that so many network marketers make, is they don't listen to people. They don't honor people for what they want to be. Listen, you have a...
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. And this, oh, it hurts to say. That's the only thing I'm going to agree with on what he said. They do not honor what people want. No, they do not. In no way, shape, or form. They say, no, I don't want to work your business. Well, then they ask you again and again and again. Like people will say, they'll say, do you want to join the business? After people have bought a product or something. They're like, no. But they're going to keep trying to get you to join. They do not honor.
Customer that tells you they don't want to do the business, listen to them. Here's the reason why network marketers have a bad name, because we don't listen, because we only come from our own selfish needs. Like, I know they said they want to be a customer, but I want them to be a consultant. They said customer, I want consultant, so I'm just going to push my agenda on them. And
Bobby, you're so close. So close to the point that I make every day of my life. So close. But yet so far at the same time.
And I'm going to wind up creating a negative interaction, and guess what? They're never going to want to buy again. Look, I know people that will never buy a network marketing product because they don't want to have to deal with network marketing distributors. That's the bad examples out there. Now, look, there's tons of good examples, right? But you have to recognize the way you treat a customer, how you honor what they're saying to you, will determine whether they ever even consider your business. So my advice to Sheila is let them be a customer. Do not try to get them to host a launch meeting. They're not going to host a launch meeting if they don't see the value in the business yet. So just let them be a customer, support them in using your products, right? Provide them amazing service, help them get a result from the products. And if you can make that happen, that's the point in time where you can bring up the idea of building a business. But you want to know what? They may still not be interested. And you want to know what? That's 100% fine. Because here's the thing, you got to have customers in order to build a sustainable residual income. So
I'm sorry, but I can't take this seriously. You're telling me that you're giving the advice that you're giving, he's acting like what he's saying is like really good advice, but it should just be logic. Like it should just be apparent. You know what I mean? Like when someone says no to something, like don't push them to do it, right? Like I'm pretty sure that's pretty, easy to get for some, but I guess not.
Let a customer be a customer, honor them, appreciate them as that. Some of them may become consultants, some may not, but either way, it's all gravy. So that would be my advice. Don't force people down a path that they're not ready for. Listen, look, we teach a philosophy called legacy leadership. It's based on this idea of love, serve, grow. That's the formula.
Love, serve, grow. Real original. DC said, first off, thanks, DC, for the super chat. Thank you so much. She said, sustainable residual income in an MLM scheme? LOL, right? Bobby's making this easy for me because, the way that he's acting is that this is so profound, but I thought it was just logic. I thought it was just using your brain. I don't know.
To build the business and life of your dreams. And
Love, love.
service means it's not about you, it's about them. If you tell me you just want to be a customer, then I honor you and I serve you in that capacity, nothing more, nothing less. So that would be my advice. But thank you, Sheila, for submitting.
It's the bro version of Live, Laugh, Love. What was it? It was, oh, damn. Love, serve, grow. The bro version of Live, Laugh, Love.
Serve you in that capacity, nothing more, nothing less. So that would be my advice. But thank you, Sheila, for submitting that question. All right, so on to the last question. The fourth question actually came from Leah.
He put the T. This man put the T.
So Leah actually sent me a message on Facebook, or no, this came in from the texting service, I'm sorry. So this is an example, like I am actually responding if you text, so I hope you do that. But Leah asked me, she said, look, I've learned so much from your trainings. I've got a binder full of information. I've been working on my mindset, but here's my biggest issue. I want to rank up and I want to build my business. But, you know, I have over 100 people that have come into my team, but only 1 or 2 are actually even willing to work the business. So how do I do that?
This is so funny. Because MLM leaders will be like, I have 100 people on my team. My team is so successful. My team is so successful. Really? Because so does this chick, and she only has 1 or 2 willing to even share the business and products.
How do I rank advance? How do I grow my business with 100 people that have joined, but only 1 or 2 that are even doing anything? And it sounds like those 1 or 2 are not really doing much. So Leah,
so pretty much no one is doing anything.
Great question. There's a lot of people that I'm sure will listen to this and watch this that can relate to where you are. Here's the best piece of advice I could give you in this area. Do not fall into the trap of looking at 100 people that have come into your team, none of which are active and working, and spend the majority of your time trying to motivate the unmotivated.
He's going to say, keep recruiting. Yeah.
Motivated. Trying to get the uncommitted committed. Trying to drag people across the finish line because it is nothing more than a waste of your time and energy. Your focus should be almost 100% on going out there, right? Sounds like, you know, you've been a part of our programs. I bet you've probably learned a lot of things that you could have done differently or better. If you've been a listener of this podcast and if you watch this YouTube channel, you're probably the same. You probably are like, okay, I see that I've been doing this wrong for a while. So here's what you do, Leah. And here's what you do to anybody else that's hearing this. You focus on doing it right and you focus on finding the people that you need. Find the motivated. Find the committed.
Find means recruit. Again, I know broology. I know bringlet. What's another word? What's bro talk? I don't know. I know their language though, apparently. Find equals recruit.
Find the ones that already are looking for an opportunity. They just don't know it's called your company and your product. Spend the majority of your time personally prospecting, sponsoring, getting customers. And here's what I've learned. It's always easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead. And I know that.
What? That took me by surprise. Hold on, let's listen to it again. Okay. Are you ready?
Sponsoring, getting customers. And here's what I've learned. It's always easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead. And
Bobathy, Bilford, Bobbert. What did you just say? I don't know. I'm not the only one that was like, huh? I mean, considering it's impossible to raise the dead, the analogy is just like, I get it, but also, you got nothing better? Like, that threw me off a bit.
I know that's frustrating because we look at 100 people and we're like, yeah, but Bob, they're already in. I just want to they're on life support. I just want to put the electric paddles on them and shock them back to life. And I'm telling you, it's just not a wise use of your time. Here's what may happen. This is sometimes the best thing we can do for
Can we not act like people not working? The way he's talking about the people who aren't running their MLM business as them being dead is, I know some of y'all might be like, JulieJo, that's, who cares? I'm like, I don't know. I just get a weird vibe with that.
Unmotivated team, go out, create our own personal success, have them see new people getting results, and have that become the motivating factor. That's called motivating through a fear of loss. Like when they see other new people coming in and having success, sometimes it makes them question, well, why am I not doing this? But the mistake that we make as leaders is we enable people, right? It's almost like they attach their umbilical cord to us, and
Bilford. What? Stop speaking in obstetric terms. I'm going to need you to stop. Oh, also, for the new peeps, hello. I do have I am a ultrasound technician, and I just so happen to know a lot about medical stuff. By a lot, I mean abdominal, small parts, obstetrics, which is, what we're talking about right now, and vascular.
We become their counselor, and it's like every single week we're trying to motivate them and we're encouraging them, but they do nothing. Look, sometimes you got to cut the cord. You got to walk away from them, and you got to create a fear of loss. Like, oh my God, they might go on and do this without me. Sometimes that's the best way to motivate. So Leah, that would be my advice. Those 1 or 2 people that are willing to work, support them and be there for them, but don't rely on them. Never rely on.
Tiffany said, but that wasn't even a regular word salad. That was a Caesar salad, Bob. That's funny.
On anybody but yourself. Go out there and find the ones you're looking for. That's the fastest way for you to rank, advance, and grow and build a business.
So all of that to say, recruit other people. Now, talk about a word salad. He simply could have just said, you need to recruit other people. That's it. That's all he had to say.
So, all right. Well, those are the 4 questions. So that's pretty much it.
God bless, we're done with you. Okay, now we're going. I think this one might be better. That was great. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bilford, Bobathy, all the names. Thank you very much. Network marketing hater, Swoop. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's okay. Look up Swoop, though. She's great. So this next one, like I said, is a motivational training from someone in Awakened. Ready? Are y'all ready? So they do these motivational trainings, I think, weekly. Bro, you say something.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. So happy to see everybody. Yes. Donna, you already got a pen and paper. So you win a prize. You already got a pen and paper. Susan, you brought your smile.
Can the prize be like paying her money for working? Could the prize be that you actually pay her for when she works? No, because it's an MLM. They don't do that.
That's all you need. Sarah, I see that. I love that. You got yours as well. I'm so happy for everyone to be with us today. Mindset is one of my favorite topics.
Okay. Hey, just a little hello. When it comes to mindset and MLMs and their trainings, I personally believe that, get a pen and paper for this one, y'all. Just kidding. That it's indoctrination. So when I look at an MLM training, especially when it's on mindset or motivation or something like that, I see it as indoctrination further into the cult of multi-level marketing. I see it multi-level marketing as a commercial cult, and their indoctrination is like their training stuff. So, all right, back to it. Let's get a pen and paper and write down and get indoctrinated by them.
I believe it's one of the tools that we have that is at our disposal. We can exercise it, we can use it, we can build it, and you can do it anytime. There's no one that can control what you're doing and not doing when it comes to mindset. You know what I mean? Like no one can take that away from you. And so I love the empowerment that happens when we get to work on mindset. So I'm not the mindset expert that's speaking tonight. I have an amazing host. She's our speaker that comes on and speaks to us, speaks into our hearts, our souls, our minds. And I'm super excited that she's on tonight. I'm just going to stop talking. Dr. Ona Brown, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Awesome. Just want to say thank you for being here, Scott. You're the best. And it's always a pleasure to be a part of the Awaken family and to tune in when we get this time together. I cherish it. And as we grow together, it's just so beautiful. So thank you for being who you are. All right. Well, without any further ado, I'm going to jump right in. I want to see, Scott, is there a way for you to change the, that happened just now. Is there a way for you to change so that I'm not seeing all the admit, you can just see?
Yeah. Do you want to, I think what I can do is.
Okay, perfect. I'm seeing that. Okay, good deal. Thank you. It's still just admit. Okay, but hopefully I'll be able to see if someone has a comment. If you're here and you're glad to be in the land of the living, let me hear you say, I'm grateful. Let me put in, I'm grateful, I'm here. I'm not able to see that. So, oh yeah, I see you, Connie. Thank you. She's from Paraguay. I don't know how to pronounce it, but look, glad you can be here, Connie. Somebody's got to teach me how to say it. Mindy. Yes, hello. I can see it. So thank you guys.
Okay, so Dr. Ona Love Brown, professional and personal development expert, speaker/speaker coach, corporate trainer, results coach, and business consultant. What's her doctorate in? Where is it? Why are you called doctor? Sorry, y'all, give me a second. I'm just trying to verify. She has this huge website called onabrown.com. Professional trainer. Okay, so consulting, coaching. Okay. I just want to know why she's called doctor. Let me make sure no one's figured it out. She's a mindset doctor, Dr. PhD. I can't find anything about her father is Les Brown. No way. No way. A successologist. Y'all, I can't find why they call her doctor. A successologist who escorts individuals, teams, blah, 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 blah. Can anyone find it? Shop courses, services. Okay, how much is the membership? Okay, let's look at membership levels. $30 a month. Anyone find anything? Her last name, it's Ona Love Brown. Yeah, DC. Groom for entrepreneurship. Weird. Yeah, Hermit, that's what I was on to. I was on her LinkedIn, but there's nothing. DC's running a background. I knew you'd come in, Queen. I knew you'd come in clutch. Yeah, I can't find any of her education. So So is she any kind of doctor of any sort? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to like solidify. So I guess we'll see.
Thanks for being here. I'm excited. I still see the admit all over the place, but it's okay. I'm just going to keep forward. Sometimes in life, you got to press forward. We are pressing forward, right? So today I want to talk about you are powerful. You are more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine. Oftentimes, we are distracted by all the things that we don't have together, all the things that's wrong with us. But I want to talk about the beautiful things that are right with us and how powerful you are. And the reason why I want to remind you of just how powerful you are is because that we have so many things in this life and in society that show us everything that's messed up, everything that we need to fix, everything that we need to alter or modify or change. And I just want to
This is Awaken, Emery.
encourage you to know right now you are powerful right now in this moment. And let's go through some of the ways that you are powerful. Let's talk about that. Let's explore that. The fact that you are powerful. One of the things that I had to really put my mind around was just how powerful thoughts are. You know, we've been hearing and saying in the self-development world for years, thoughts are things, right? And we hear that and we believe that, but the thoughts are so powerful that you have in your mind, and the thoughts are magnetic. And so you are attracting so much into your reality with your thoughts. And oftentimes we're so busy thinking what we're thinking that we forget to think about what we're thinking about, right? We forget to really take time to assess some of our thoughts and to really look at the thoughts that are no longer serving.
Hey, someone take a shot every time she says thoughts. Eh? Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Hey, what's Iris? My baby Iris came in. Hi, baby. I need to make sure everybody comes in. Riley, we're listening to someone who calls himself doctor, but we can't solidify that they're a doctor.
Cool. So you're a doctor now too?
Riley said, cool. So you're a doctor now too?
Us. Can anyone relate to what I'm talking about? Some of us have thoughts that are outdated, thoughts that are not serving us, thoughts that are holding us back. And so if it's time for you to do a thought purge or a thought cleanse or a thought evaluation, it's really something that I would encourage you to do. And you are the thinker of your thoughts, and your thoughts are not always right. They are coming into your mind at a rapid pace, and you get to choose which ones you dwell on and which ones you don't dwell on. You get to choose which ones you fixate on and the ones that you decide that you're going to push away. You get to choose the ones that you want to hold on to and the ones that you decide that you can maybe reprogram and rearrange or reshift. So just looking at your thoughts, I remember how.
You think you have it, DC? Oh, thank you. What is the opposite of motivated? That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think about this so far? It's giving. I'm pulling this from my butt and didn't plan it. I don't know.
Having this thought in my mind that the chances of me being able to actually speak, the chances of me being able to actually travel the world, the chances of me being able to do the things that I've always wanted to do or I thought about doing in my mind, I didn't know if it was possible for me. And I thought, you know what, you may not have what it takes. Has anybody had that thought where you think,
babe, your dad's net worth is $15 million. So please don't give me that. Please don't give me that. Please don't.
You know, you got a couple things going for you, but you may not have what it takes or thinks what it takes for you to make that happen. And so when you get these thoughts, then you get to decide, once you become consciously conscious, once you become the observer, once you become the witness of your thoughts, you get to decide, is this thought for my highest good? Is this thought in alignment with who I am and who I am becoming? Is this thought serving me? Is this thought of, is it going to take me closer to what I want in my reality, or is it going to bring me further away? So yes, Dr. Sarah, becoming the observer. So you get to observe in the witness of your thoughts, and you get to decide, pick and choose what you want as far as the thoughts in your life. And I would encourage you, in the words of the great Erykah Badu, pick your friends like you pick your fruit. Pick your thoughts like you pick your fruit. Be choosy. Oftentimes when we're picking our fruit, we don't want the fruit that looks like it's kind of bit at the bottom of the barrel, or the fruit that looks a little bruised or a little roughed up. I feel sorry for those fruits sometimes, but yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm looking through her stuff to see if she's actually a doctor.
We want the most pretty, the most beautiful, the most juicy looking fruit. And that's what you want to do with your thoughts. You've got to understand how powerful your thoughts are. And you get to choose which thoughts you really take into your mindset, which thoughts you take into your spirit, which thoughts you hold on to. And so if you are taking notes, this is something that is an assignment for you. Become more aware of your thoughts, and don't allow your thoughts to rule you, because you are the thinker of your thoughts, and you get to control, and you get to decide which thoughts are working for you and which thoughts are not. So if you ever get to the place where you are thinking things that are critical, thinking things that are hurtful, having thoughts that are cruel or mean to yourself or to others, it's definitely time for you.
I kind of feel like we're 4-year-olds and she's talking to us about feelings. DC said, look at her current residence and run her name through the medical boards of the state. I just can't find anything about her schooling. Like zero.
To do a thought cleanse. It's definitely time for you to begin to purge your thoughts. And it's time for you to start doing some reprogramming and working on how you can get better thoughts. Okay, so you might say, Dr. Ona, that sounds easier said than done. Of course, I have a lot of negative thoughts. I was brought up in a negative atmosphere. I was in a negative environment. The people around me were toxic and negative. So I have a lot of negative thoughts that are no longer serving me, and I know it, but it seems like my thoughts are stronger than me. It seems like my thoughts sometimes rule over me and rule what my day, or they rule my reality.
You're telling me that this is your incredible, let's see. Okay, let's this is how she talks about herself, okay? Ona Love Brown. This is what she says about herself. She calls herself the Dream Queen, the Message Midwife. Okay. So Ona Brown has made her mark as an expert in personal and professional transformation throughout the world, inspiring and motivating audiences in hundreds of cities in the United States, as well as numerous locations abroad, including London, England, Sydney, Australia, Johannesburg, South Africa, and Stockholm, Sweden. Along with her consulting, coaching, and corporate training firm, World Impact Now, Ona continues to blaze a trail of transformation, empowerment, and leadership development, breaking down perceived barriers and speaking of people through all walks of life. So you're telling me that her areas of expertise is like coaching and motivation, and this is what we're getting? This is what we're getting? First off, I can't find anything about her being a doctor whatsoever. in any way, shape, or form. Like, I can't find any schooling. It's all wiped off. Wiped off the planet. I swear. This is giving bland. Correct. And also, DC said that she looked for her license of being like a doctor in Georgia, and it's not there. Anastasia said, I found a site that says she took the right education, did intensive research, and trained with the masters. Doesn't give details, right? That is weird. Yeah, Herman said Georgia medical licensee has no info for owner brand. I don't understand.
They rule the moment. And so if that is the case, that's okay. At least you are aware. That's half the battle, being aware. So now that you're aware of that, that's when it's time for you to pull the journal out and start to write in your journal beautiful thoughts, beautiful ideas, beautiful things that you want to say. I am healed. I am whole. I am beautiful. I am grateful. I am full of joy. This is my day. This is my opportunity. This is my moment. I am in this thing called life to be a blessing to others and to be a light of God. And you write it out. And while you're writing it,
you know what this is? Hi, Ivan. This is a sermon. D. Gary Young situation. That's what I'm thinking. She did all that to say, you are a thinker of your thoughts. Listen to this revolutionary saying, ready? You are a thinker of your thoughts. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Thank you. I'm currently I'm still looking to see if I can find anything on her being a doctor.
I want you to say it. So now you're reprogramming your thoughts. You're thinking it, you're seeing it, you're saying it, you're writing it, and your thoughts are going to have to, at some point, begin to take on a different understanding, a different energy, a different vibration beyond, just this isn't going to work, or I don't have what it.
It looks like there has been intentional wiping of her school, like of her entire education, off of the face of the internet. And I think that is suspicious.
Takes, or people, you can't trust them, or nobody's good in the world anymore, or, all this negative stuff that the mind wants to do. It's up to you to begin to shift that, to heal that, to grow that, to begin to grow into another place with your thoughts, because your thoughts are very powerful. Hopefully that's helpful to someone. If it's helpful to you, you can just say that was helpful. Yes, that was helpful. So here we go. We're going to go from thoughts to intentions. Your intentions are very powerful. Being very clear about what you intend to do. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Annette. So being very intentional. And what do we mean by that? Setting clear intentions for your day, clear intentions for your week, clear intentions for your month. What does that look like? Be in a space where you are being very intentional, because when you're intentional, it helps you to stop losing momentum. It helps you to stop losing direction. It helps you to stop losing time. And time is something that's priceless, because once it's gone, you can't get it back. So be intentional with what you want to do in your day.
What am I listening to? Arcade said, Chef Ona Love serving a full 4-course nothing burger dinner. No joke.
Intentional with where you want to be. Thinking about intention. I was sad to hear that one of the great singers of our time, Tina Turner, she
Yeah, R.I.P. Tina Turner. But little celebration. M said also small victory, but I got a cardiologist appointment to figure out my heart issue after being told nothing. Good. I'm so glad. I'm trying to deal with the neurologist appointment so I can. It's frustrating. So I'm glad that you're able to get that appointment. Oh yeah, go ahead and like it. Take this moment to like it. Yo, this Ona, I'm not going to call you doctor anymore because there has been no confirmation in any way, shape, or form that you've even been to elementary school or high school. It says nothing. I'm sure that you have, but you know what I'm saying.
She made her transition out of this thing called life, but she lived a full life and she gave it up every time she was on stage, and not just on stage, but I remember when she decided to relocate to Europe and she was asked, why would you leave the States? And she said, I decided to go where I was celebrated and not tolerated. Come on, Tina. I love it.
Yeah, this does not sound like someone who has a PhD or a doctor or anything in this kind of stuff. She's supposed to be an expert in motivation. I'm sorry, huh?
Yes. How many of you ever been in a place where you said, wait a minute, I need to go where I'm celebrated and not tolerated? That's being very intentional. And so as a result, you don't just go anywhere. You're not just going to spend your time any kind of way. You're not going to just eat anything. You're just not going to expose yourself to anybody. You're not just going to be open to whatever people are doing right now. You're going to be very intentional about who you are and what your purpose is and what you're here to do. And so then you're not just swayed by the different challenges of life. So having a clear intention, writing.
Nafisa said, people just be lying. I'm a lawyer now then, right? Dr. JulieJo, you can call me doctor. Thank you.
Those intentions out in your journal. And also understanding that as you're living from a place of intention, you're definitely aligning and putting your steps in order. You know, we ask that God, oh Lord, if you would order my steps. Well, here's your way. This is the part you can do and align.
So, as someone who's heard many a sermons and done many a sermons, she sounds like more of a religious speaker than a motivational speaker. Because she's talking very slow. She's like pulling words, you know, like drawing out the words, you know, putting spirituality into it. She doesn't sound like a motivational speaker. Like you've heard Tony Robbins. He doesn't sound like that. You've heard Mel Robbins. You know, these people who are quote unquote motivational speakers, they don't sound like what she sounds like. I think that you got information. She majored in psychology at the College of Southern Nevada 2010-2012 and got a certificate from Academy of Healing Arts in 2003. Okay. There needs to be more to that, right? There has to be more if she's called doctor, right? Or is that all a lie? Right? This woman seems to me, in my opinion, to be lying about the fact that she's a doctor or has a PhD at all. First off, just call me Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
With God is to be intentional with everything that you are doing and everywhere that you are going and everything that you are putting out. So be intentional. It's not just what might be going on at the moment, but I want you to understand that you are a living miracle.
Yes,
you're
Rose.
a living miracle. And so every single day.
All of this is wild to me because this is the cultiest training I've ever seen. Let me explain why. Because not only does this try to motivate you, try to draw you in, this is all about spirituality and religion too. So what you're doing is you're essentially she's on the advisory board, by the way, of Awaken. You're taking someone from the advisory board who they call doctor, DC said, in church situations, sometimes you're ordained and then they start calling you doctor with no. Yeah, but I know plenty of ordained people. You aren't allowed to be called doctor. Like, you aren't allowed to. So they definitely do, but like, they should not be allowed to. They aren't allowed to, essentially. So that's super weird. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. This is one of the most culty trainings I've seen, because she's taking spirituality and religion and morphing it completely with the MLM. And like, these people are eating it up. That's the issue too. They're eating it up. I mean, I have a feeling this is how a lot of like actual like creepy cult meetings are, where it's very much like a like spiritual gathering, and you say the same thing over and over. You use that repetitive manipulation. Good night, Sam. Yeah. Wow.
That you get breath in your lungs every single day, that you wake up and open those two prizes called your eyes. Wasn't that cute? I can do this now.
Okay, I want you to watch that again and remember that she's an expert. Let's remember she's an expert, okay?
Every single day that you get breath in your lungs, every single day that you wake up and open those two prizes called your eyes. Wasn't that cute? I can do this now. You all don't know how this arm is healing.
Professional. She's a professional in motivation. What? You're telling me this is a professional speaking to us about this is a professional speaking to us?
So this is a part of the growth and the development. The other thing is, you're not just powerful when it comes to your thoughts and your intentions, but you're also powerful when it comes to your creativity. You can create. That's a part of who you are. You have the ability to co-create your reality. You were made in the image and likeness of God. So that makes you the ability, that gives you the ability to create. And so it's amazing to me sometimes when I
Awaken thinks that this is good. Like, do they really believe that this is like mind-blowing?
hear people complain about their reality, and they're not really doing anything but complaining.
Don't worry, Tanya,
and they're not being intentional about how they can begin to create something that will get them out of a space to not be able to complain anymore. So what does that tell you? That some people are addicted to complaining. If there's any old school Les Brown fans, I'm sure that you remember one of his first books called Live Your Dreams that he released in the 90s. And one of those stories in the book that I love to hear Dad say, and I haven't heard him say it for years, I'm going to remind him that he needs to bring that back out. He talks about how a man was in the country and went past.
Oh no. I really don't want to finish your video because it's so soul-sucking. To be frank with you, like, this is soul-suckingly boring.
This porch, and there was a dog sitting on the porch moaning. He was just he was just moaning and making this noise of discomfort. And so
yes, Angie,
the man asked the owner of the dog, he said, well, sir, he said, it sounds like your dog is moaning. He said, yeah, he's moaning. He said, well, what's wrong? Why is he moaning? He said,
yeah,
oh, he's moaning because he's sitting on a nail. He said, well, why won't he get up off the nail instead of just moaning? He said, well, I guess it don't hurt bad enough. So the dog just keeps sitting on the porch, just moaning.
I just don't understand how this person is supposed to be an expert. It's giving, I got into this profession because my dad was famous as a motivational speaker, and I actually am not good at it. Also, Ona, why do you call yourself doctor? You know, I'm pretty sure it's like, isn't it like there's legality issues with calling yourself doctor when you're not, right? Isn't it illegal to call yourself doctor when you're not? Holly said, what the hell is happening right now? I have no idea. I have no idea.
So that's what we've done sometimes in life when we're moaning about life, but it's something else when we decide, you know what, I want to create something beautiful. That's why you became a part of Awakened, because you understand that it's nothing to it. Anybody can sit and just moan and groan and complain, but it takes something different to say, I'm going to create something new.
Joining Awakened does not create anything new.
Going to be intentional. I'm going to utilize what I have and who I am and my gifts and my influence and my love for people, my compassion for life. And I mean, not just life, my compassion for others and my love for life to be able to.
It's giving Gary Young. That's what it's giving. Did you get your doctor stuff from the same place Gary did? What are you putting? Just someone drop a 1 in the chat if you're lost. 1. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. I was yelling at myself. There we go. 1. Maybe your dad's a doctor. It's like, hold on. I don't think you can like call yourself doctor or something if you don't have like a PhD or a doctorate or like a medical doctor.
Do something better. So be clear about what it is that you want and create the things that you want to create in your life. And also, I want you to understand that you're also powerful because your circle, well, the people you have around you is also very powerful. There are people in your circle that you probably haven't tapped into all of their gifts. They haven't tapped into all of their talents. And you all probably haven't really maximized your collaboration, your community, your connection. Sometimes you might have people that you play bingo with, or you go and bowl with, or you go to the movies with, or you have good food with. But when we get into opportunities like Awakened, what we realize is that my circle can become more. We can make a difference in the world. We can make money together. We can laugh together. We can share together. We can cry together. We can uplift each other. If you have someone that's in your corner that you know is that person that you can call on when you need them, I want you to make a comment of who that person is. Make a comment, I've got somebody. And if you don't have someone, set an intention and put in a comment, I'm finding my someone, I'm attracting my someone. I'm gonna have that person, my number one, my ace.
I love my woo-woo people out there. I do. This is too much woo-woo for me. This is giving, I didn't prepare myself. And I maybe need to go to sleep. Like maybe she needs a nap. Maybe she's tired. We can all be doctors. Yeah, let's all call ourselves doctor and say we do it because Dr. Ona Love Brown. Perry said, so they want their flock to go door to door and share the good news and woo thy neighbor to join the flock. What does that sound like? Oh my God. I was so excited for this one too, but now I'm just in pain.
My ace is coming. Claim it. Call it forth, because everyone needs that in this thing called life.
Do y'all know what she means by ace? An MLM, an ace is finding someone who ranks up, like finding someone who's successful, essentially. So someone who helps you get to a high rank is an ace, right? Like That's what she means. Find your ace. Find someone who does good in the business and helps you rank up to, you know, high levels.
Tomorrow is not promised. I just heard news that one of my coaching clients that I worked with last year for a couple of months, this is the most high energy, most intelligent, most powerful people you will ever meet. And he's in 4th stage pancreatic cancer. And they're talking about putting him in hospice this week. That was very, very tough for me to hear, and tough for me to really take and digest, because for some reason, when we see vibrant people that are living big, people that are living full, and they get a blow.
I'll tell you, the only thing I'm living for right now is that pink outfit she's got on. I love it. I really do. But that's all I'm living for in this.
Oh, like this is so rough. You know what I'm talking about, Sherry. Okay, Sherry says she had someone. Great. And so that's when you think about that and you see these people, you know that you have to really savor the moment of the people that's blessed in your life, the people that have come in your life. Dad says that God's coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. The people that you have crossed paths with, the people that you...
Oh no, where are your quotes? We've gotten a few of your dad's. Where are yours?
No, the people that are in your phone, the people that you've broken bread with, the people that you've maybe cried with or fell out with and made up. Those are people that you want to love on them and not assume they're going to always be here. This is a person I thought for sure would be a close friend and a colleague and be around for years to come. Just a brilliant soul, just a beautiful heart. And it's hard, especially when you know people that are couch potatoes and not doing nothing and not giving nothing and just complaining and moaning and groaning and sitting on a nail, and they're still here. So, but that's God's business. That's not my.
That is so, did she just, she just said she's bummed that her friend who has stage 4 pancreatic cancer, which by the way, that's a big bummer. That's a bigger bummer than stage 4 colon cancer, I think. When you look at the percentages, if you know what I mean. That's really sad. And she just said, did she just complain about people who are complainers and couch potatoes and lazy, acting as though like she'd rather them have it than her friend? What are you saying? Oh no, what's going on? Are you okay? I mean, she seems a little off. Like something's weird. I need to watch another one of her videos just to see if like she's, you know, having a moment.
I don't get to dictate when we leave and when who leaves and who stays and how we live out this thing called life. I don't think I could handle that responsibility anyway. But what we realize is the importance of really savoring the people that are in our circle. So your circle is powerful. And I don't want you to take anyone in your circle for granted. And those people, the strong ones, the people that's always been there when you needed them, love on them, encourage them.
Oh no, what are you looking at? She keeps looking at something. Is it because she's lying? Isn't it like she keeps looking away? Like she can't this is a weird girl. Take a nap or something.
Reach out to them, celebrate them, because we don't know when we are going to not be here or when we're going to be exiting here unexpectedly. So the other thing that I want to talk about that's very powerful in addition to your circle, thank you, Deborah. She said, I love my circle, is your mouth. We know that death and tongue is death and life is in the tongue. We know that we have the ability with our mouth to call forth those things that be not as though they were. We know that oftentimes we're not conscious of what we're saying. And if we're not conscious of what we're saying, we might say things like, oh, this person makes me SICK, or this.
Okay, I gotta hear that again because that was weird.
Your mouth. We know that death and tongue is death and life is in the tongue.
That makes no sense to me. What?
We know that we have the ability with our mouth to call forth those things that be not as though they were. We know that oftentimes we're not conscious of what we're saying. And if we're not conscious of what we're saying, we might say things like, oh, this person makes me SICK, or this person gets on my nerves, or I feel such and such. Like, I don't even like to give examples because
I know, nomadic loner, I was thinking that too. Why did you have to spell out sick? What?
I have a very powerful tongue. When I speak things, it's amazing to me how they begin to take form.
Oh, is it, Oda? Because I'm not feeling that way. I don't feel the same way about your speaking as you do, apparently. What are you even saying? Proverbs 18:21, yeah.
And manifest. So thank you, Valerie, for being transparent and saying I'm guilty. So now it's time for me to really hold you accountable for the words that you are speaking. It's very important that you be consciously conscious of the power of the spoken word. And if you don't do anything else, take this homework, put this in your notes, put this in your notes. Speak life. Speak life. Speak life. Whenever you can, however you can, whenever you can. Yes, it's easy to complain. Yes, it's easy to go off and be negative. Yes, people do things that are wrong, that disappoint you and hurt you. But it's up to us as we hold ourselves to a higher standard, as we take on this particular lifestyle of children of God and being the light of the world, the lights of the world. We owe it to ourselves, with all the negativity and all the challenges and all the drama and the stress, to speak life. Speak it over your house. Speak it over your business. Speak it over your goals and your dreams. Speak life over your body. Speak life over your family. Speak life over your money. Speak life over your time. Speak life whenever you can, wherever you can, as often as you can. Because it's something powerful about words of goodness. There's this book that I was thinking about called Messages from Water. Literally, they show the molecules of when you just say over a glass of water, I love you. The molecules are beautiful. They're just look, they look angelic and they look divine. And when you say something like hate or ugly or something mean or cruel, the molecules in water look like they're boiling. You know what I'm talking about, Becky. I have the book at home in Georgia. The molecules form in very clustered, very just really bad ways, the way the molecules look, just from saying that, just different words. So now when I get ready to drink a glass of water after reading that book, I hold the water close and I'll say, thank you. And that is going to take the molecules, take a different form before the molecules of the water take on a different.
I don't know if we should keep watching this. I don't know. I think this is getting too weird for me. I think this is too weird for me. All right, I think I'm done with the video. I'm done with the video. I can't. I am uncomfortable. There's something going on and I don't want to keep, I don't know. I don't want to put her out there like that when she's obviously experiencing something weird. Well, I did not think it would. Maybe I should start watching the videos, right? Maybe it shouldn't be blind react anymore. Oh no. I don't know. They said this on a different Awakened call. Heather did it. Wow. Doctor's losing JJ. This is JJ. You look, oh, thank you, Barbie. That's so nice. But the study, Maggie said, but the study is not legitimate. The study she's talking about is not legitimate. I didn't know people who have been given an honorary doctorate could use the title doctor. I've got some reading to do. She has an honorary doctorate? Why? Is this scripted? I don't know, but I am uncomfortable. And we're done. I don't want to keep watching that. That was too weird for me. Essentially, like, not that it was too weird. I don't know if that's actually what she's like. And so I don't know if she's experiencing some kind of issue or if she's like on pain medication or like what's going on. So I just want to stop like doing the video if, you know, because who knows at this point, right? I hope that y'all can respect that. And maybe I'll watch the videos next time that I do it. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to comment once I exit. And Danielle started her live 17 minutes ago. So if you want to stay on and feed into Danielle Ryan's live, when I end this, it will feed you right into her live. She's great. I really like her live. I think y'all will like her too. She's a great commentary channel. But yeah, thanks for being here. And don't forget to like this and leave a comment before you, like once I exit and end this, just pop a comment in the video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great night and enjoy Danielle's live. When you get there, put a, what emoji do you want to put? What emoji? Let's do a cute one. Put a little purple heart. When you feed into Danielle Ryan's her comments, put a little heart. Purple heart. Say you came from me. Bye everybody. See y'all later. Have a good night.